Lukashin Vlad is currently a senior at Malloy College in Rockville Center, New York, and about to graduate in May. 4 years ago, he was in Belgrade, Serbia, hoping to get the best education that he can for himself.
I think that American schools provide great opportunity for people who are not from the United States, and basically if you get an education in America, particularly in like a big city like say Chicago or New York or you having to get a job without too much trouble, even though that it's not really easy to get a job nowadays. And I felt that coming here by myself would provide me with like valuable life experience.
Because he was away from home for such an extended period of time, Lukashin had to learn to be more independent for himself, a challenge that he was ready to accept.
My freshman year, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it took some time adjusting, especially because you have to rely on yourself. Nobody like you can't really if you get in trouble or like if you need advice, you can just like go with your parents or your friends or whoever to talk to. So that took some time, but after I got used to it, basically I was already kind of used to being on my own even before, and now basically I knew that I had to kind of build up that sense of self-reliance and not actually being reliant on other people. So it definitely took some time adjusting, but it wasn't. I figured other people, because they're probably not used to going away from home, they might have had a more difficult time. But I'm not gonna say it was easy. I'm not gonna say it was hard. It just took some time to adjust. But other than that, I think it was awesome for me because I kind of wanted to be on my own for a long time, even before I came here.
Lukashin was also on the men's basketball team here at Malloy College. This helped him adjust since he came to New York all by himself.
First of all, I feel that for any person, if you have too much free time on your hands, it's kind of bad for you because most people are not very good at creating work for themselves, like something to do. So I feel like if you have obligations and like errands to do every day, and you have like a schedule, you have a habit of doing stuff, it makes it easy for you to cope with like not just being by yourself, but having free time because if you have too much of it, it's not good for you. But being on a sports team, especially basketball, because it's a long season, it made me focus on a lot of stuff. So I didn't have much time to think about being by myself or being away from home or whatever. I was too focused on, having enough time and getting just work done, going to practice, working out, So definitely helped because I wasn't never really by myself, especially living in a house with my teammates. So it definitely made it a more manageable experience, even though to start with it wasn't very hard, but it just made it more enjoyable for me.
In his 4 years at Malloy College, Lukashin says he has learned a lot about himself.
The main thing I would say that I've learned about myself is that I could be much more social than what I thought I was before, and primarily my teammates helped me with that because obviously we spent a lot of time together. So being a part of such an awesome group, made it much more manageable for me. Also, I realized that I am mentally much more tougher than what I thought. I mean, I knew I had a strong mind, but now I just knew that whatever. Basically, I feel like if I was able to overcome this kind of challenge, I would be able to deal and cope with anything in life. So I think it was just a valuable experience, not just in terms of getting an education or being a part of a group, but just like overcoming obstacles in life.